right, greetings. What's going on, everyone? This is Chris Dixon, and I am back with another video. Hope all has been well with everyone. On this particular video, I will be sharing with you all my occult library / book collection, and hopefully you all will feel inspired to pick up some of these books and add them to your collection if you don't already have any of these already. Some of these books are fairly new. Some books I ended up donating a while back. I pretty much just went through my collection and I pretty much just donated books that I felt have served their purpose, for my journey, and pretty much just kept the ones that I felt were conducive for where I am at now on my journey and spiritual path. So as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of books, but I do have enough. And like I said, I kept the ones that were conducive for my journey. So let's get right into it. The first book is The Pocket Book of Stones by Robert Simmons. So this is a good little book to have on various gemstones and crystals. So when you're doing your crystal shopping, you'll have a good little reference book. The next book is The Sufis by Idris Shah. This is a good book to have on Sufism, which is esoteric Islam. This book also expounds on the Baphomet. So if you're looking for some scholarship concerning the Baphomet, this is a good one to have. Then I have Freemasons for Dummies by Christopher Hoddap, 32nd Degree Mason. Your key to the history, beliefs, and rituals of Freemasonry. All right. Then I have Manly P. Hall's The Famous Secret Teachings of All Ages. All right. Highly recommend this for your studies. Then I have World Mythology by Roy Willis. Then I have The Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica Alice. The Ultimate Guide to the Magic of Fairies, Genies, Demons, Ghosts, Gods, and Goddesses. Then I have the Book of the Samurai by Hagakure by Yamamoto Tsunetomo. This is a good book to have on some of the wisdom of the East, coming from the wisdom of the samurais. All right. The next book is The Sufi Book of Life by Neil Douglas Klotz. So if you're interested in some Sufi wisdom, this is a good little book to have. Then I have Alchemy and Alchemists by Sean Martin. Good little small book on alchemy. Then I have The Path of the Kabbalah by David Shankin. Then I have Moon Magic, Your Complete Guide to Harnessing the Mystical Energy of the Moon by Diane Alquist. And I picked this one up actually at Goodwill. But it's a good book, learning the different moon phases and pretty much just learning how to utilize, lunar energy to enhance your rituals. All right. This one is not really occult related, but it's still a good book to have, when you are relating to people. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This is a good book, The Templar Revelation, The Secret Guardians of the True Identity of Christ by Lynn Picknett and Clyde Prince. I haven't started on this book yet, but I still picked it up anyway. So when that time comes for when I need to read it, I already have it. So this is the Templar Revelation. Then I have the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Then Hands-on Chaos Magic, Reality Manipulation Through the Overkey Currents by Andrea Vitamus. And this is a good book. He provides tons of exercises to enhance your rituals, your meditations, mudras, breathing techniques, sigil work. He pretty much has a lot of practical, techniques and exercises that you can utilize in your work. So as you can see right here, a total of 110 different techniques. That's Hands-on Chaos Magic. Then I have Santa Morte, The History, Rituals, and Magic of Our Lady of the Holy Death by Tracy Rowland. Then I have A Dictionary of Symbolism, Cultural Icons, and the Meanings Behind Them by Hans Biderman. So a good book on this symbols. Take a seat. The next book is, of course, The Kabbalion by the Three Initiates, the study of the 7 cosmic laws of the universe, or the 7 hermetic principles, a must-have. Then I have Dark Psychology by Abraham Lee, the ultimate guide to learn how to analyze people, read body language, and stop being manipulated, with secret techniques against deception, brainwashing, mind control, and converts, NLP. The next book is by Jason Miller, Real Sorcery, Strategies for Powerful Magic. Excellent book. Then I have Magic for Beginners, The Power to Change Your World by J.H. Brennan. Then I have 2 novels here. I haven't read them yet, but I still picked them up anyway. The Fortune Teller by Gwendolyn Womack. Then Black Candle Women by Diane Marie Brown. Then I have the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. All right. Then I have the Sivananda Companion to Yoga, a complete guide to the physical postures, breathing exercises, diet, relaxation, and meditation techniques of yoga. I picked this one up at Goodwill. So thrift shops, are good places to look, for books. Then I have Buckland's Book of Spirit Communications. So if you're interested in learning about mediumship and divination and spirit guides and things of that nature, this is a good book to have. And he also provides, different types of exercises, to enhance your meditations, to sharpen your mediumship abilities. So this is a good book to have. Then we have Mind Control 101 by Dantalian Jones, How to Influence the Thoughts and Actions of Others Without Them Knowing or Caring. Then I have Egregores, the Occult Entities That Watch Over Human Destiny by Mark Stavish. This is a good book to have. I'm halfway through it, but he goes in on the concept of egregores. Pretty much are psychic entities created by a collective group mind. So this is an excellent book to have, understanding how entities are created and how they impact, humanity. Then I have a good one right here, Jesus and the Lost Goddess, The Secret Teachings of the Original Christians by Timothy Freak and Peter Gandy, authors of the Jesus Mysteries. Then I have Gnosticism and Other Vanished Christianities by Richard Valentesis. Then I have Inner Christianity, A Guide to the Esoteric Tradition by Richard Smoley. Then I have Gnosticism, New Light on the Ancient Tradition of Inner Knowing by Stephen A. Holier. This is an excellent book to have on Gnosticism. Then I have Lost Christianities, The Battles for Scripture and the Faiths We Never Knew by Bart D. Ehrman. Then I have Gnosis, The Nature and History of Gnosticism by Kurt Rudolph. Then I have The World's 16 Crucified Saviors, Christianity Before Christ by Kersey Graves. Then I have Telepathic Astrology by Bill Duvendak, forward by Asenath Mason. This is a good little book to have on various astrological concepts as it pertains to the Telepathic tree. So if you're working with the Qalipoth and you want to deal with some astrology as it pertains to working with the tree, here you go. Then I have another good book on the Qalipoth, Scales of the Black Serpent, Basic Qalipothic Magic by Michael W. Ford. This is a good book to get if you're just starting out working with the Qalipoth and understanding the shells. All right, so this is a fairly small book, but it's a good basic approach to Qalipothic magic. Then I have Demonometry Goetia by S. Conley. This is a good book to have, especially if you're a beginner. So working with the 72 Goetias, sigils in the book, their purposes and what they can assist you with, author's notes, their colors, incense, the element that they're associated with. All right. Then I have the Necromenon, Egyptian Satanic Magic by Michael W. Ford. Good book to have if you're working with the Egyptian pantheon and Egyptian magic. Has tons of rituals in the book, so this is a good left-hand path book, so I highly recommend this book. Then we have The Magic of Angels and Demons, Practical Rituals for the Union of Power by Henry Archer. Tons of practical rituals. I did a video a while back on working with the 72 angels and the 72 Goetia. together, and this is a good book of those particular rituals where they're working together hand in hand, because of course, you know, they correspond each other. So this is an excellent book to have. Then I have Practical Jinn Magic, Rituals to Unleash the Power of the Fire Spirits by Corwin Hargrove. I enjoy this form of magic. I utilize it quite often. This is definitely not for beginners. But if you want to learn about the jinn, this is a good book to have, you know, especially if you are on your journey where you feel comfortable, you know, working with them and you want to learn more about them. I highly recommend this book as the first reference. All right. This is a good book to have. Then I have the Goetia Devils by Reverend Cain. So just like Demonology Goetia that I just showed you, it has the sigils along with more of their attributes and what they can assist you with. So just a little bit more information on the Goetia to further your studies. And this is a fairly new book, just came in, I want to say last week. All right, so I've been reading on this past few days. Then I have Anton LaVey's The Satanic Bible. All right. It's not what everybody think it is. It's a lot of information in here that's very empowering, especially if you walk the left-hand path. So if you want to check out the Satanic Bible and get a better understanding of the religion we call Satanism, check this out. Then I have the Encyclopedia of Demons and Demonology by Rosemary Ellen Gully. So a good encyclopedia to have on the infernal. Then I have the 72 Angels of Magic, Instant Access to the Angels of Power by Damon Brand. So the 72 Shemha Mepharash contains their sigils, you know, what they can assist you with. All right, so if you're interested in working with the angels solo, this is a good one to have. The next one is Tantric Kali, Secret Practices and Rituals by Daniel Odier. So if you're interested in learning about Kali and working with her, this is a good book. I picked this up at this metaphysical shop that I visit every so often. So here you go. The next one is The Magician by Philip Cooper, A Study in Effective Magic. I picked this up on Amazon for a little bit over $35. The original copy, which is pretty much, you know, has a different, you know, cover. People are selling it for hundreds of dollars. But I kind of feel that it's out of reach because you can, you know, find it on Amazon, and it pretty much contains the same information. The only thing that's different is the cover art. That's it. But this is a good book for beginners who are just getting into magic. All right. The next one is Baphomet by Michael Osiris Snuffin, History, Ritual, and Magic of the World's Most Famous Occult Icon. So this book actually came out this year, and he pretty much goes into the history of Baphomet, and he clears up a lot of misconceptions that people have concerning the symbol. So I highly recommend this book for your studies. Then I have the Necronomicon spell book. So working with the 50 names of Marduk. Okay. Has their sigils and things that they can assist you with. All right. Very good for beginners. Then I have Animal Magic, The Art of Recognizing and Working with Familiars by DJ Conway. Then I have Ask a Medium, Answers to Your Frequently Asked Questions About the Spirit World by Rose Van Den Eden. All right, Yenden. So this is a good book on mediumship. She answers pretty much a lot of questions concerning mediumship and pretty much just, you know, questions about the spirit world. So check this one out. Then I have Dragon Magic, Call on the Clans to Help Your Practice Soar by DJ Conway. If you're interested in working with dragons, this is a good one to have. Then I have Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs by Scott Cunningham. This is a good encyclopedia of herbs. Has their pictures, magical usages, powers, other names that they go by, even the deities that they are associated with. So when you're working with herbs and you need a reference, highly recommend this one. Then I have A Witch's Guide to Fairy Folk by Edane McCoy. So if you're interested in working with the Fae, okay, fairy magic, this is a good reference. Then I have Divination for Beginners by Scott Cunningham. Excellent reference on divination. Then I have The Sacred Art of Brujeria, A Path of Healing and Magic by Katrina Rasbold. So if you're interested in Mexican folk magic, known as Brujeria, I highly recommend this. She has hands-on exercises, techniques pertaining to healing, protection, money magic, cleansing, and things of that nature. All right. Good book. The next one is Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. And pretty much William Cooper, he used to work for the United States government, and he pretty much touched base on a lot of things, you know, a lot of government files concerning UFOs, the New World Order, you know, secret societies, and, you know, things of that nature. So this is a good book to have, especially at this particular time. So yeah, check this one out. Then I have Forged by Bart D. Ehrman, Writing in the Name of God, Why the Bible's Authors Are Not Who We Think They Are. So this is an excellent book to have on the concept of forgery. All right. So another good book by Bart Ehrman. All right. And this book is called Celtic Sex Magic by John G. Hughes. So if you're interested in learning some techniques to enhance your sex magic, this is a good book to have. I'm not going to show the front because I don't want to have my video taken down, you know, based on the imagery. But you can check this book out. All right. How to Understand Your Bible by Manly P. Hall, a philosopher's interpretation of obscure and puzzling passages. This is a good book to have for your biblical studies. Manly P. Hall goes into various stories and concepts in the Old Testament as well as the New, and breaks down their metaphysical and occult understanding. So, highly recommend this for your biblical studies. Then I have The Magical Power of the Saints, Evocation and Candle Rituals by Reverend Ray T. Malbrough. So if you're interested in working with the saints, this is a good reference to have. Then this one I picked up at Goodwill some time ago, but it's called Xavier's Super Sex, Personal Techniques for Total Lovemaking. So if you're interested in spicing up your love life and sex life, you can check this one out. A Dictionary of Angels, Including the Fallen Angels by Gustav Davidson. Then I have The Essential Reiki, A Complete Guide to an Ancient Healing Art by Diane Stein. And these two, I printed out the books, put them in binders. This one right here is on 2 of Belle Cadman's book. The first one is Jinn Magic, How to Bind the Jinn to Do Your Bidding. The Belle Cadman is good. He goes into detail on the jinn, you know, different classes of jinn, the type of abilities that they possess, and he pretty much gives out 7 rituals in this book. Let me see, that you can do. Here we go. The 7 jinn rituals for healing, psychic powers, protection against psychic and physical attacks, mind expansion, gaining insight to be it spiritual or mundane, general financial ritual to find love or lust, and to conquer your enemies. So this is a good book on jinn magic to have. And the next one is The Watchers and Their Ways. Okay, goes in on the angels that's mentioned in the book of Enoch, known as the Watchers, and pretty much just provides insights on the book of Enoch and on some of the Watchers that you'll be working with in this book, and pretty much just gives out the rituals and how to work with them. So these are 2 good books by Belle Cadman. All right. Then I have Dion Fortune's Mystical Kabbalah. All right. So another good book on the Kabbalah. All right. Then I have the first book of Enoch. All right, translated by R.H. Charles. So I highly recommend this book. The book of Enoch was originally a part of the Old Testament, but of course was omitted from the later day Bibles, but it's still considered inspired scripture and is a part of the Ethiopian Bible. All right, it's still inspired by the Ethiopian church. Okay, to be inspired to them, so to speak. So this is a very important book to have on your biblical studies. It has tons of good information and knowledge in this book. All right. Then I have the Bhagavad Gita. All right. Then I have the Upanishads, the wisdom of the Hindu mystics. Then I have the Egyptian Book of the Dead. All right. Then I have the Tanakh, the Jewish Bible, translated from the original Hebrew into English. Then I have a Quran. All right. Then I have my New American Bible, Revised Edition. It also contains the Apocryphal books in here as well. You know, like the Maccabees, the Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus. This is the version of the Bible that I currently have at the moment. Then I have the Gnostic scriptures, known as the Nag Hammadi Library. This is definitely a must-have. And pretty much these are just my dictionaries that I have. Webster's New American Dictionary, the Oxford English Dictionary. Okay. Then I have my 2 etymology dictionaries. One is by Walter W. Skeet. The next one is by John Ato. Then I have an Algebra 2 book for dummies. If you're interested in getting back into math and things of that nature, pick that up at Goodwill along with this one. So Astronomy by Donald H. Menzel. So if you want to learn more about the planets, you know, if you're into astrology, you know, of course, astronomy, it's good to study too. Then I have an encyclopedia on African American history. Then last but not least is Webster's Third New International Dictionary, unabridged. See how thick that is. So that's pretty much all that I have. Figured I'd just show these as well. But that pretty much is all that I have for this particular video. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and I hope that the books that I gave out, y'all will feel inspired to get and add to your current library, so to speak. As you can see right here, I mean, it looks like a lot now since I strolled all over the place. But that's pretty much all I have for this particular video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, you know, share with others. Listen in to the podcast on Spotify and other major podcast platforms. That's pretty much all that I have for this particular video. I'm going to also upload it to my podcast as well. All right. So I will talk to you all on the next video. Peace.